Hey everyone, so today we're doing something a little different. We're going to take a peek into the very near future of artificial intelligence, but our guide isn't some dense research paper or a slick tech demo. Nope, it's something way cooler.
Check this out. Our entire explainer today is based on this one thing, a community newsletter dated April 2026. You should think of it like a dispatch from the future, a snapshot from the front lines of local AI, showing us what people are actually building, what's working, and what's just around the corner.
And really, that brings us to the core idea of this whole revolution. For so long, it's been about giant models in the cloud, owned by a handful of companies. But the really exciting question now is what happens when the most powerful, cutting-edge AI runs right on your machine, completely yours, under your control.
That's exactly what we're going to dig into. So consider this your field guide to the local AI explosion, straight from the year 2026.
We're going to use this briefing to decode the whole scene. The top models that everybody's talking about, the massive shift toward AI agents, and, the incredible technology that's actually making this all possible on a regular computer. It's all right here.
Okay, so first things first. What are these local models anyway? If you were to fire up your computer in 2026, what would the community tell you to download? Let's take a look at the AI Starter Pack.
Now, what's so cool about this list is that it's not just about, who has the best benchmark scores. This is what people are actually using and recommending to each other. Qwen 3.5 seems to be the go-to, the all-arounder. Gemma 4 is getting a ton of buzz for just being really usable locally. And if you're a coder, it's not even a debate. The consensus is clear. Qwen 3 Coder Next is the one you absolutely want.
And yeah, these recommendations don't just pop out of thin air. This image here kind of gives you a sense of the absolute chaos and complexity behind it all. There's this massive, ongoing effort by what the newsletter calls Llama enjoyers and people on Reddit to constantly test, track, and share what actually works best in the real world.
So let's just boil it all down. Here's your cheat sheet. For just about anything, you're all-arounder. You're looking at Qwen 3.5. Need to write code? Easy. Qwen 3-Coder Next. Want something that's powerful but maybe not a total monster to run? Gemma 4 is your best bet. And for those more complex, automated jobs, what we're about to call agentic tasks, Minimax is the name that keeps popping up.
But here's the thing. Knowing the models, that's only half the battle. The really huge shift, the game changer, isn't just what the models are, but how people are using them. We're moving way beyond simple chatbots and into the age of AI agents.
So, what on earth is agentic AI? Well, put simply, it's about building systems of AI models that can do a lot more than just talk to you. They can actually use tools. They can manage really complex, multi-step projects, and they can actively work towards a specific goal you give them.
And the difference here is, well, it's fundamental. We're shifting from the then world, where you'd have a single chat with one model to do one little task, to the now world. And that's where you have a whole team of specialized agents working together using different tools, all to get a really complex job done. It is a massive leap forward.
And you can see this trend getting serious when you look at the tools being built around it. The Hermes Agent Dashboard is a perfect example. This stuff isn't just for hardcore coders anymore. When you see things like a local web dashboard, better security, and backup features, you know these powerful agent systems are becoming way more accessible and reliable for everybody.
But, and you knew there was a but, with all this incredible new power comes a whole new level of risk. And this isn't just some vague theoretical concern. The newsletter points to something specific, something it calls the Mythos shockwave.
So here's the deal. Just listen to this quote, pulled directly from the source. The UK's AI Security Institute found that a model called Mythos was the very first one to complete their entire cybersecurity testing simulation from start to finish. I mean, that's a huge red flag.
So how tough was this test? Well, the simulated attack on a corporate network that Mythos pulled off involved 32 separate steps. 32! That's not just finding one little bug. That is a full-blown end-to-end hack planned and executed by the AI.
Okay, so you've got to be asking, how is any of this even possible on a local computer? The power, the agents, the speed, what's the secret sauce? Well, it all comes down to some amazing innovations happening behind the scenes that are making everything faster, cheaper, and just plain smarter.
For instance, take something called speculative decoding. This chart shows the speed increase for that Gemma 4 model we talked about. Basically, by using a tiny draft model to guess what the big model is going to say next, they're seeing these unbelievable performance gains. We're talking a 29% speed up on average and a wild 50% boost for writing code. This is what makes these giant models feel fast on your home computer.
And it's not just about speed, it's also about scale and cost. Get a load of this number. Hugging Face used these open, local-style models to process 27,000 research papers from the Archivar archive.
Now, what do you think a massive project like that cost them? The grand total was just $850. $850. This is the perfect illustration of how crazy efficient and affordable this stuff has become. A task on an industrial scale like that is now within reach for practically anyone.
So, what does it all mean? Where is all this heading? We've got incredibly powerful models, we've got autonomous agents, we've got insane efficiency gains. The big picture is becoming crystal clear. The future of AI is getting deeply, deeply personal.
So let's just quickly recap the key takeaways from this dispatch from 2026. 1. AI models are now, for real, powerful enough to live on your desktop. 2. The whole game is shifting away from simple chatbots to these complex multi-agent systems. 3. This power creates some very new and very serious security risks. And 4, it's the constant innovation in pure efficiency that's making this whole revolution practical.
And that leaves us with one last and maybe most important question to chew on. As these AI tools become this powerful, this autonomous, and this personal, running right there on our own machines, what does it actually mean to be in control?